Welcome back to more of the Gaming Blind with SammoBam Let's Play of Pokemon Blue Kaizo. It's my birthday. I'm old. That's all I got. That is all you're gonna get out of me today. I've had a weird bit of I don't know what to call it, but the last couple of years of birthdays have been not particularly great. Because 2 years ago, I was unceremoniously removed from my apartment after an incident with police in the apartment below mine, where I don't want to get into the specifics of it, but basically, well, that's not good with the confused, right? But basically, police were trying to get someone to leave the apartment underneath mine, and the person wasn't. So they had to use something to try to drive him out, and that stuff actually ended up leaking into my apartment. So, yeah, it was pretty horrendous. That happened like a week before my birthday. So that was pretty terrible. And then the year after that, I did have a new place I was living, but I hated it. That was the previous apartment where I lived, where I started this channel actually in. And it was just, I didn't like the channel. I didn't like the channel. No, I liked the channel. I didn't like the apartment. You know, I was surrounded on all sides by people, and there was just constant noise from at least one direction, always. The only good things that I could take out of that apartment were that it was a 10-minute walk to work, and it had a washer and dryer in unit, so I didn't have to go and pay for my washer and dryer, which was nice. But that was about it. Like, the kitchen was okay, but kind of small. It was a studio. And it was like, you'd think that hardwood floors would be nice, but it was actually laminate floors, and they were kind of crappy floors. So, and I think that one was one of the rough ones, because it was one of the ages where it's divisible by 5. So those are the ones that, for some reason, a lot of people kind of put more weight behind. It's like, you're 25 now, or you're 30 now, or you're 35, whatever. And that one, for some reason, really got to me. So, for some reason, it was bad enough that I actually had to take like a couple days off of work to try and recover from. I don't want to heal up here. This is ridiculous. I had to take a couple days off of work. I called in sick because I was like one of the worst depression things I've had in a while. Depressive episodes, I guess I should say. So, I don't know. It was just, the last couple of years have been pretty bad. And what was strange to me was that my 30th birthday, which was now, it will have been 6 years ago when that happened, that one was strangely okay. Because I was living with my mom at the time, which I didn't want to have to do, but because I didn't have a job and I had no money, I had to end up moving back in with her. And I remember distinctly the eve of my 30th birthday. I was going to bed and telling myself, well, my life is over. I have no prospects. I have no hope for the future. I guess this is just going to be how I live for the rest of my life. And because I had like thoughts, I had plans, I had dreams for what I would have wanted to accomplish by the time I turned 30, and I didn't accomplish pretty much any of them. And that was rough to accept. Was just like, I admittedly, it's my fault because I didn't really... Like, I decided to, after college, I decided to take a little bit of time to not have to focus too much on, like, work or anything else, or grad school if I wanted to do anything like that, which I didn't. And the reason why is because I got an inheritance from my dad dying during my senior year of college. And I thought, I'll take some time off to just sort of do... Did he miss an explosion there? Did I just get 1 in 256 with an explosion from a... I'm sorry to interrupt myself with this heartfelt story, but like, come on, a 1 in 256 miss on an explosion is pretty weird. To me, anyway. What was I fighting? Okay, that. Anyway, so I decided that, it'd be good to take some time to just sort of do whatever I want to do and not have to think about, okay, well, now that I'm done with college, I have to get a job. I have to do this. I have to do that. I have to do whatever. It's like, no, I want to take a little bit of time to just sort of relax after college and just enjoy life for what it's worth. The problem with that plan is that, like a few months turned into a year, and then a year turned into 2 years, and then 2 years, it just sort of snowballed at that point. And, the next thing I knew, I was 20, it had been 5 years since I had graduated from college, and I didn't have a job. I hadn't done anything to improve myself as a person, and my money was gone. The inheritance that I'd gotten it had disappeared because I had to spend money on rent and food and other stuff, and it was gone. So I had nothing to my name. So I had to move back in with my mom at 27. And, after that happened, I thought, well, what the hell am I supposed to do with my life at that point? And obviously I didn't really do a lot, because by the time I hit 30, I was still living with my mom. I didn't have a job. I didn't have any prospects. I had nothing. I had done nothing basically with my life, except I tried to push for like partnership on Twitch, because I thought, if nothing else, I can do that, because I had been broadcasting pretty consistently for most of 2012. And I thought, I can probably try to push for partnership here. So, I definitely, it probably, to a lot of people who watched me, it felt like I was trying to push for that. So I think people didn't really appreciate that, because up until that point, I had been just sort of doing it. I was just broadcasting for the sake of broadcasting. I didn't really have any, like, partnership would have been a cool thing to, to get in the future, like a year or two down the line, from after I had started. But it wasn't like a focus for me until until it was. And it's like, okay, I want to try and become a partner here on Twitch. And it's like, I think people could tell, because I think I probably seemed a bit more desperate for views than I had before, because I think I probably played some more, like, not clickbaity games, but I definitely played a few games that were like more popular than the stuff that I used to play. Like, I mostly played retro games, and I played a lot of Binding of Isaac way back then. And then I would, I'd pick up some more, like I said, more popular titles, and it didn't work. So that's what drove me to that point where it's like, well, on the eve of my 30th birthday, I thought, well, I don't really know what I'm going to do at this point in my life. I guess my life is basically just over. I'm going to just, I didn't accomplish anything I wanted to accomplish, and we're just kind of just going to drift along until I die, I guess, in however long that's going to be. And then I woke up on, my 30th birthday, and I thought, wait a minute. Nothing's changed. I'm still alive. I'm still around. I can still do stuff. It's not like my life is over when you hit 30, you know? That's just another day. It's another day, another year, whatever. And you can just sort of, you can still do stuff past the age of 30. It's not like everything's done. Like, oh, you've hit 30, you can no longer start to learn new things in life. You can no longer learn new skills. You can no longer apply to be in relationships with other human beings. Like, no, you can still do that. It's like, I had this stupid mentality going forward, or going back, that, you know, like from when I was much younger, I thought, you know, I want to be able to, I want to get a job by the time I'm this old. I want to have a steady relationship by the time I'm this old. I want to be married by the time I'm this old. I want to have a kid or two by the time I'm this old. And it's like, none of that happened. And I freaked out because I thought, well, if it's not going to happen, if it hasn't happened by now, it's never going to happen. So I might as well just, you know, relent to the ravages of time and just never bother to do anything again. And then it's like, I woke up and was 30 and it's like, no, you can still do all this stuff. It's totally fine. And, 9 months after that or so, no, not even 9 months, like 4 months after that, I moved out back on my own because, the place that my mom and I were living in, she sold, and, she said she was willing to help me just sort of pay for a place. And, yeah, I was getting assistance from the federal government also because of, you know, my disability. And about 4 or 5 months after that, I enrolled in a class at a trade school. And 9 months later, I had a certificate saying that I was proficient in. Can I run away from this thing? I was proficient in IT and tech support and that sort of thing. And I got my CompTIA A+ certification. And then from then on, it took me. It didn't take that long, actually. No, did it? No, no, it didn't. Well, it took me about 6 months. But I did get a job after about 6 months of looking and applying for stuff. And that was, you know, mildly embarrassingly, that was the first steady job I had had since college. Because the last steady job I had, I was a student assistant for not a hospital, but like a part of a medical facility. We'll say that much. And I had that job for a year and a half or so. And I actually quit that job because I wanted to focus full time on finishing my senior year of college. And, so, I mean, I did that, but then I didn't get a job afterwards, and I didn't really have a job for, you know, about almost a decade, which, again, it was not a good time. I thought it would be fine. It's like, oh, I don't have to have a job for now. You know, I can just, I can live off of the money that I have. And then I did, and then I didn't bother to get a job afterwards. And then, you know, I had nothing. So, but you know, it turned out okay in the end. Cause like I said, after I got my, after I finished trade school and I got my certificate, 6 months later, I had a job. And then 4 months later, I got a much better job. And that's where I've been in my current spot for almost 3.5 years now. And parts of it have been rough, but for the most part, it's been a pretty good experience. And as silly as it sounds to say something like this, there's a lot of sibilance right there. Sorry about that. As weird as it might sound to say, no, that's not true. I would definitely trade parts of that back. Like, there are definitely parts of that I regret doing. Like, I definitely regret, you know, using up my inheritance to not have a job for 5 years. Because if I had that money still, I might have been able to, you know, be able to put a down payment on a house at some point. But now I can't because I don't have any money. So, although I'm trying to build it back up. You know, very slowly but surely we're trying to build the money back up. I'm at a point where my job is getting me enough money that I can put away a decent amount of money every month. And, you know, maybe in a couple of years, I might be able to afford to put a down payment on a house. Maybe. We'll see. Unless the housing market completely collapses again, in which case, you know, like if I can find like a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 1,500 square foot house for like $150,000, then maybe I can do that sooner than later. Who knows? I don't know. But, you know, one of the things that is kind of a relief for me now is that one of the things that have been hanging over my head for the last year, and I'm sure I've talked about this before, actually it relates to the incident at my 2 apartments ago, where I was unceremoniously deposed from there. I know deposed is the wrong word for that, but that's the word I'm using for it. Where I was removed from that apartment, was that I had to replace a bunch of furniture and other just stuff that I owned, property, whatever you want to call it. And as of like a month ago, I finally finished doing that, because I had 2 years to replace the stuff from the date of the incident. So I finished doing that, and I'm just waiting for the last couple items to arrive. And that was sort of the big thing that was hanging over my head, because for every item that I purchase, my insurance was supposed to, they gave me like a percentage of the cost up front. And then I would purchase the item, and then they would pay for the rest of the cost of that item. So I had like a chunk of money in my bank account that was reserved specifically for that stuff. So it always seemed like I had a little bit more money in my bank account than I thought I did, or than I knew I did. So taking care of those last few purchases and knowing that any money that I have in there right now is not reserved for something else is a huge relief. And he used dig. Okay. So it's nice to know that I won't really have to worry quite so much about like, what am I, you know, about money quite as much as I did before. Hey, speaking of money, we got ourselves a Gyarados. I'd say this is a pretty good birthday present for myself. Oh, let's press B. I'm not going to do that to myself. Okay, did Gyarados learn anything? Learn Waterfall? Nice. Okay. So here's my thought about Gyarados right now. Wow, those stats are not... its attack went up by like 57 points. Jeez. I think its defense... No, it's all better, obviously. Okay. My thought for the moment. I do want to continue leveling up Gyarados for a little bit. But I think I might at least go back to Diglett's Tunnel for just a tiny bit of time. See how Gyarados can handle fighting Diglets, because Diglett, at this point, Diglett and Dugtrio, the only thing that they can harm me with is Slash, which I just hope they don't use, I guess. Diglett might still be faster than I am, though. We'll see. Let's move Waterfall up to the front, because that's my best move by far. Oh, not faster. Let's see how much XP this gets me. Okay. It's not much more... Oops, didn't mean to leave. It's not much more than Switch Training, but it's much faster than Switch Training. Although if I fight level 15 Diglets, it's not quite as good. But it's okay, because I don't have to switch out anymore. This is such a huge change. It's actually really nice to not have to switch Magikarp out. This is a good birthday present for myself, I will say that. Although if I keep fighting level 15 Diglets, it's going to be a little bit difficult for me to level up Gyarados particularly quickly. I wonder if Bubble can take one of these things out at level 15. I'll find out. I guess the other good thing about that grass patch out there is that the Pokemon are at a much higher level. I might get, not twice as much, but a fair amount more XP fighting those Pokemon in that grass patch out there. Oh, Bubble takes it out anyway. That was a crit. Might have mattered. I'm going to try Gyarados out here. Unless, of course, I run into a Magnemite or a Voltorb. Because I think for the most part, Gyarados will be fine against the rest of these, except for maybe Seal, just because all I'd have to deal with that was Tackle. Of course, no surprises there. Does, okay, Rhyhorn is full HP, we're fine. Okay. Glad I switched. That probably would have one-shot Gyarados. Alright. Can I fight something that Gyarados can actually fight? Like, give me a Cubone, or a... I was going to say a Growlithe. But apparently the game is now only going to give me electric types to fight. Great. Gonna blow up? Hey, it blew up. Not bad. Okay. Can I fight something that Gyarados can actually damage without getting destroyed in return? That's fine. I can take that. I don't know if I can one-shot. Okay. Good to know. 3, 4. It's so nice to get so much more experience points just because I don't have to switch train. Oh. It's such a huge difference here. Alright. Can we one-shot? Nice. Oh. Twice as much experience. It's like a completely different game now. And I have a water type that's not garbage, like Poliwhirl. Don't get me wrong, like, Poliwrath is okay, but it's just not very good. I'm sorry, it's not that good. Can I knock this thing out? Nope. Wow. Can I hit it one more time, please? Okay, apparently that's not going to be the case then. Alright, cool game. Thank you. Thank you. One sand attack. Makes me miss every attack. Get out. I still do want to level up Gyarados a bit, because it is still under-leveled compared to the rest of... Well, except for Charmeleon. It's... Oh, I just realized something. With Charmeleon on the team, I'm going to have 2 flying types. I don't know if that's a good thing. I feel like it isn't. Maybe I should look for... Maybe I should switch out for a Growlithe? Because Arcanine does have some of the best stats in the game. I don't know. I also really don't want to have to switch train level up another Pokemon right now. Considering how long it took me to level up Gyarados. But then again, Gyarados is a special case, I suppose. I don't know. I might think about picking up something else a bit. Well, no, I mean, there are level 25 Growlithes out in this area. Interesting. I might actually pick up a Growlithe, now that I think about it. That is not a Growlithe game. Again, it's mostly just because Arcanine has such crazy stats for Gen 1. It might be worth investing in one rather than bothering with Charmeleon now, because no offense to Charmeleon, I know a lot of people like Charizard and everything, but I don't want to have a multitude of one specific type on my team. You know, I don't want to have 2 flying types, I don't have 2 water types, I don't have 2 of anything if I can help it. So I don't know. If I find a Growlithe, I will probably catch it. I may just evolve it, quite frankly, because it does have... Like, it has Flamethrower already, which is one of the best moves it's going to have. So, yeah, if I can find one, I'll probably just go ahead and catch it and evolve it, because I do have a couple... I think I have 1 or 2 Firestones. So, might just do that. I'll probably level up Gyarados a couple more times, because if I recall correctly, the trainers on the SSN had Pokemon in the high 20s, low 30s. If I recall correctly. We'll see if I'm right when I get back in there. Oh, you could still use Substitute. Okay. I thought it didn't quite have enough HP for it. I was wrong. That still does so much damage. It's ridiculous how much damage that Slash does. Okay, can I please have a Growlithe? That's not a Growlithe game. I was going to say those two don't even share a letter of the alphabet together, but they do. Well, I guess they share several, actually. Never mind. Ooh, I forgot that thing knew Sonic Boom. That's fair. I wonder when Rhyhorn evolves into Rhydon. Oh my god, it learned a move. It learned one of the best moves. Okay. Now this is getting interesting. We have a Rhyhorn that learned a move. It only took 25 goddamn levels to learn a move. Alright. Well, I'm interested now. Curious how the rest of it's going to turn out. Can I please have a... No, not that. No offense to Farfetch, but no. I should honestly not be fighting these, because I think they're just a little bit too dangerous. What with Sand Attack being... Oh, I hit it again. Okay. Never mind. I just would like a Growlithe, please. If you could be so kind, game. I saw a bunch of them earlier. Could you just spare me a Growlithe? That would be all I would ask for in this right now. That and like 70 more levels. Doesn't Waterfall have a flinch chance? I don't know if it does in Gen 1. I know it does in later generations. I don't know. No, not what I'm looking for. I'll level up Gyarados one more time, and then I'll just start looking for Growlithe so that I can evolve. How's that sound? I think that sounds like a good plan. Although I think I might do that next time, because we are at that point in time where we probably should end the episode. So I'm going to run away from this Magnemite, and I'm going to go back and heal, and then we'll go ahead and call it here. We'll call it there, I guess, when I go back and heal. Well, this has been a pretty good birthday video, I would say. We got a Gyarados. I'm pretty happy about that. Decided to change the plans around completely, so now instead of using Charmeleon / Charizard, I will probably be using Growlithe / Arcanine. I might just go ahead and toss Charmeleon into the Pokemon box now, so we don't have to think about. Unfortunately, we don't have to think about it anymore after this. Okay. I can go ahead and deposit. I'm assuming I'm okay to deposit Doduo also, even though Gyarados does not yet have a flying type attack. I don't really think I need to worry too much about it. I'm going to tell myself that anyway. What do I even have here? Vulpix, Nidoran, Mankey. I forgot I had a Wartortle. Okay. Well, I'm not going to worry too much about that. Hitmonchan? No. I think I had a second box, right? 2 seconds. Okay. I was on box 1. Oh, I forgot I had Tentacruel. Or, it's Tentacool, but it was a Tentacruel. Okay. Anyway. I'm going to continue the search for Growlithe on the next episode. Maybe we can find one. I should have actually picked up a Firestone from the PC when I was back there. My mistake. But that's okay. So next time, hopefully we'll find a Growlithe, and we'll catch it, and we'll evolve it, and the team will be not complete, but I didn't actually mean to walk in there. That was silly of me. Unless it's a Growlithe? No. Okay. Well, next time we'll go on the hunt for a Growlithe, and then hopefully we'll actually have a pretty decent team. So thank you everybody for watching this episode of Pokemon Blue Kaizo. Please click the like button if you enjoyed the video, and subscribe to the channel for more of this. I will talk to you all next time.